You've heard of multitaskers, but Tanusha Bajaj is the true personification of it. From being a stylist, to being a content writer, to being a blogger, she's gone a long way. So, Tanusha, hi. So, you're pursuing your mass communication and journalism degree in Francis, right? So, how did you start off with your career?
Well, I don't believe in the whole concept where you need to wait to get a degree in your hand because I think that it's just a piece of paper that says you're smart. And you don't really need that before you can do something with your life. If you feel like you want to do something with your life, you can start right now, irrespective of what you're studying or what you're doing. As long as you're passionate, as long as you're working towards it, it's something.
What motivated you or inspired you?
I didn't actually. I still don't know where I'm headed towards. Like, if somebody asks me, what do you want to do? What do you want to be called? What do you want to become? I still don't know. I just feel like labels are not for people. And you can't label someone saying they're a doctor or they're an engineer or they're a fashion designer or they're an artist. They can be whatever they want to be. They can be multiple things if they have to be. Because if you're skilled at, you can be skilled at multiple things. You can be bad at multiple things, and it's absolutely okay to be like that. So, fashion has always intrigued me. Writing, poetry, music, art, all these things have always intrigued me. Marketing, coming up with ideas, conceptualizing something, working on events, all these things have nothing to do with each other. They're all different fields. Like journalism is something, fashion is something, writing is something. And to combine all these together and do so many things, I think that's what makes me me.
So, you're the fashion marketing manager for this label bazaar. Tell us something about it.
I just started off as an intern there, and the journey has been incredible. This is my second season with the Label Bazaar, and when you're in that position where earlier it was just okay, I work for this company, this is my role, this is my job, and it gets fine. But after one point of time, on the day when it actually happens, it was like this is everything. Okay, nothing can go wrong. It has to be okay. Like it means so much to you. It means everything to you. It means more than your whole self to you. And to feel that is what it taught me.
You have started blogging at the age of 17 when you were 12, and it's going amazing. So just tell us something about your blog.
I'll tell you exactly how my blog came up, to be very honest. Um, so it started off as a very little thing where people used to come up to me, just close friends and people I knew, say, "Oh hey Tanusha, what do you think I should wear this with, or what do you think I should wear this for?" And I was like, "Yeah, you can do this, with this," and just help them out a little bit. Then sometimes it happened where I used to wear really quirky things and turn up, and they're like, "Oh, your outfit looks really cool. Maybe you should put a picture of it, somewhere." And that's literally how it came up. Like that's when I realized that, oh, maybe I can actually, there are a couple of things that I can do. I can probably help someone out with how they can dress for a certain occasion, or I can show them, oh, I'm wearing this, so maybe you can do something like this. Just share something with the world. And that's how the blog came up. And honestly, it's been a roller coaster. In terms of technicality, I really didn't know anything. I didn't know how to design a WordPress page. I did not know what WordPress is. I did not know how you take portraits. I did not know anything. I did not know you can collaborate with people. I didn't know how it works at all. I just knew I had to put my work out there. Of course, I got a negative and a positive feedback, which helped me. But after a couple of months of this thing wherein I was doing everything, I think it was 10 months later when I got a notification saying our stats are 50,000. That 50,000 people have visited your blog in the past 10 months since it started. And that's when it dawned upon me that, okay, that's big, because until then I thought it's just me writing for myself and my friends. Because even if you look at the language on the blog, it's very informal. It's like I'm talking to you, it's like I'm talking to anybody I meet. It's absolutely normal. And that's when it dawned upon me that, oh my goodness, 50,000 people are reading that stuff. So that's how it feels.
So, you have these big brands that are collaborating with you for your blog. So tell us how you initiated it and how the journey has been.
Coming to brands like Aeropostal, Chili's India, Gap India, it's it's a long way, and I think a very important reason for that is I was not thinking, oh, it's a small brand, I shouldn't collaborate with them, or oh, that's a big brand, I want to collaborate with them. I've always believed that if your work is good things will come to you. I have not really reached out to any brand saying, hey, let's do a collaboration, because I feel like if it has to be, it'll come to you. And that's one more reason why I strongly believe in organic followers and organic statistics, because I just think when you take the responsibility of a social influencer, the numbers there might not matter to a normal person, but it matters when you're promising them. You know what I mean? Like, I really don't care if someone has 5 likes or 10 likes or 12 likes if I'm being friends with them. But if they're working with me as a brand, then obviously they will look at how many number of likes or how many number of comments I have. And if I'm going to fake that, then how will I ever be credible? Because that's what I am getting this for. Because I'm saying, oh, I promise you, I'm reaching out to 1,000 people for you today. So it is my job to reach out to 1,000 people today. And if I don't do that, then I'm lying to myself, I'm lying to my client, and I'm just lying to everything I'm doing here. So even though it's been slow, the journey, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get big collaborations in the beginning, and I was fine with it. I didn't have a problem because I knew as long as my work is authentic, at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
From being a blogger to being a stylist, you've also headed few campaigns on social media like QS and Reban and PNG. So tell us something about it. How do you feel?
Campaigns may seem like it's not that big of a deal. It's not really time consuming. It's no big deal. But recruiting about 40 to 50 people, coordinating with all of them, getting reports with all of them, heading meetings for them, making timelines and coordinating between two different ends from two parts of the country is not that easy. And I don't do it because of the pay, and I don't do it because of anything else, but the fact that uh, after working so hard, when I get that piece of paper that says Tanusha Bajaj has headed a social campaign for Ray-Ban or for PNG India or for QS London or for Vogue Eyewear, it's just a great feeling because all these brands are huge, and to be associated with them in the remotest way, to be uh, related with them, it's beautiful. The feeling is beautiful. So even though it's a lot of work, it's a lot of effort, I'm glad I got an opportunity. There's one thing that I feel really lucky about, and that is I've gotten a lot of opportunities and I haven't missed any of them. Like, I believe very strongly that when you get an opportunity, you take it and you hug it and you don't let it go. And that's what I did.
You've also been into writing. So you do content writing right now. Tell us something about your interests.
Um, Earlier, I actually did a course in content writing. It was an online course wherein you take a couple of classes and you learn about. It's not easy, honestly. It looks like, oh, you just have to write something and send it in, but it's not. There's so many things related to it. You guys would know because you run an online magazine. So SEOs and all of that, they're very important. And so I did a complete course on that where I learned how it goes, what goes into writing content for anything for that matter. So earlier I used to write for this augmented reality website, and now I was writing lately for Cure Foundation.
So college, styling projects, campaigns. How do you manage everything? What is your day schedule like?
Uh, it's hectic. I'm not going to lie. It's really hectic because I wake up, I go to college. After college, immediately I rush to office. After I get back home from office, I'm either sending in my content or I'm making reports for these social media projects that I'm heading for various companies. Or there are days when I have styling projects which take like hours together. Like to get 5 right shots, we spend 8 or 9 hours on it. Then there are days when, if we are shooting for a label, they have about 15, 20 changes. There are situations wherein I am sick out of my mind. Like, I cannot get out of bed, but I have to. There are days when I don't sleep. Like, I'm just a zombie and I'm working. But it's fine. You have to do that kind of stuff because from where I'm coming, I feel like 5 years or 10 years down the line, when I look back at this, it'll all be worth it. So I'm glad.
Out of all the projects and campaigns and that you have done, what is the most memorable one for you?
Um, the most memorable, I can't name one project or one thing I've done to say it was the most memorable, but I can name an incident. So I remember this is a very personal thing, but I remember how my dad was very skeptical about me working while I was still going to college. He thought I should focus on college and grades, and then I should, work after I've graduated. But I put my foot down. He was not very happy with it, but he let me do it anyway. And when he turned up for he turned up for Label Bazaar, and then he started turning up for all the other events and all the other things I was doing. I think that was memorable because I'll tell you honestly, when a stranger doesn't support you, it doesn't matter. But when someone close to you doesn't support you, it gets to you. And to make them believe that, you know, even if they were wrong, I don't know, it's just the whole feeling of gaining that back, of making them believe that you're worth it, making them believe that you are capable of something, that you can do what you've promised. I think that was the most memorable thing for me.
You have worked with celebrities like Sania Mirza and Rakul Preet. You have done styling for them. So tell us, were you starstruck then?
Of course, I was starstruck because going from styling for normal photo shoots, styling myself and just putting up pictures to uh, styling someone who millions of people have their eyes on, it's a lot of pressure. But it's a great experience. And I was assisting in Ansi styling when I did both these projects. I was the assistant stylist for Sanya and for Rakutpreet Singh, and I was I was nervous. I'm gonna be very honest. I was very nervous because I was about 18, 19, and it's a big deal. It's a very big deal, but they were very warm. They were very comforting, and like I said, I'm very lucky and very fortunate that I got an opportunity to do that because I know there's so many talented people in the world who do not seize what they get, and luckily for me, when I got it, I took it.
So after being a part of all of this and being so popular on social media and all of that, how do you feel? Is there any negative thing about it? Like you
Uh,
don't like particular things about being popular or
It's first of all, I don't think I am popular or I'm famous. My best friend always says, "How long does famous last?" So I just don't think that that's the reason I'm there. I'm there to showcase my work. I'm there, like I said, to get hold of all the opportunities I possibly can. I'm not there to be famous. And I will tell you something very honestly, people like us who are social media famous are not the kind of people you will see sitting with 10 or 20 people. Or at least I'm talking for myself when I say that. If I have to name, I can name five of my closest friends. That's it. And I'm lucky. I'm not complaining. I'm lucky that at the end of a good day, at the end of a bad day, at the end of a long day, I have these five people I can go back to, and I know they will always be there for me. So I am more than grateful for that. I don't need my followers or people who are on my social media to comfort me when things are not going the way I want them to go. But yes, there is negativity. Of course, there is a lot of negativity because I don't know. I just feel like a lot of people try to bring other people down because of their insecurities, because of a lot of negative emotions. There's one thing that really irks me, especially about women. I think it's really strange that when a man sees another man walk in, he really doesn't care. But when a woman sees another woman walk in, there's so many mixed feelings. Like there's insecurity, there's jealousy, there's envy, there's so many things, and most of the times, like 80% of the times, it's negative. You would have experienced it, I would have experienced it, and it's so subconscious. It just happens, like you're looking at someone and you're judging them without even realizing it, and that's not okay, you know. That's something I really want to change, and I think I've tried to mention that in my work a couple of times. If not in what's coming, I will make sure to emphasize on that, because it matters. It really matters. It really, you need to bring each other up.
What about your future plans?
I just recently announced my website. It's called TanushaBajaj.com, and it's going live very soon. Sometime on the in the first week of Feb is what we're looking at. So when that goes live, it's going to cover my whole journey, all the whole of this year that I spent in anything related to. I have a lot of unpublished work, art, poetry, and of course fashion. So all of that will be curated. It will be put up there so that a lot of people get access to it. They get to see it. They get to read it. They get to learn from it. They get to give me their feedback.
Finally, one last message that you want to give.
Um, I've realized over time, because I've used so much of social media, that there is a lot of social responsibility attached to it, and that's something a lot of people don't realize. Like, the internet is a crazy place. Like, you can use it to bully someone, you can use it to turn your life upside down. How you take it, what you do with it, depends on you. So when you are an influencer there on that level, where anybody basically has access to you and anybody basically has access to your work and your thoughts and your mind, you're actually influencing XYZ number of people. And you need to understand that when you're doing that, you're influencing their opinions, you're influencing their beliefs, you're influencing how they dress, how they think about a certain thing, how everything works, you know.
Thank you, Tanusha, for making time for us and with your hectic schedule. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you, Stu Mags, for this lovely conversation. I had a lot of fun, and I think what you guys are doing is incredible. So keep doing what you do best, and thank you so much for having me.